Hello everybody and welcome to DRL TV. I am your host, James Pandoff. With me tonight, Taylor Butcher Benjamin. How are you doing tonight, Taylor?
I'm doing great, James. It's getting to that time of the season where we're closing in on the chase, and with PJ O'Leary winning last week at Eldora, that only leaves a few available spots for someone outside the cutoff line to sneak their way in with a win. Although tonight they're dealing with some heavyweights with Wade Hustad, who came within a hair of winning the Cup race the other day. He'll definitely be the man to beat. Won this race from the pole last year, as well as Mike Lemon, who's right now on the pole as a 39.292. Getty Buckner, who's also in the Grand National Division, he'll be another one to beat too. So, wouldn't be surprised to see either of those three go to victory lane tonight. But anything can definitely happen here at Michigan. Wide facility, going very fast, and should be an exciting one with a lot of these guys are going to have their hands full. These trucks really look super loose, especially on exit, so you're going to have a lot of action.
Absolutely, this is going to be a great race to watch. As you see our track stats, this is a 2-mile track. We're going to be running 75 laps here tonight. We got clear skies, 73 degrees, 1% humidity with a northerly wind of 4 miles per hour. As we're currently underway with qualifying, we have Cody Gatsky completing his second lap. Let's see if he improves his time at all. And he does. He moves up to 5th with a 39.651. Who else do we have on track? Jarrett Rogers looks like he's going to wait till the very end. Just on the back of this one. I believe Marvin Wingfield is another one, yes.
Notice a lot of guys doing what they do, kind of like a Daytona, ride around high on lap 1 and then get as low as you can on lap 2.
We see Jeffrey Meyer heading out for his qualifying attempts.
And what a lap by Getty Buckner. And you can see the difference in lap 1, riding around high. He only ran a 42.61 on his first lap, but building up that speed catapulted him to the pole right now with a 39.041. But of course, Wade Hustad, well, he actually has completed his run, so he's going to be third. He actually had an issue on his first lap, so. And right now, Richard Springer on the outside of the front row.
We're on board with Jeffrey Meyer headed down the backstretch for his lap 1. Looks like he's going to be riding the high line all the way around to grab that momentum, build that momentum like you stated. As he actually gets loose in the middle 3 and 4, he had to let off the gas there. That's going to hurt his second lap.
Well, this is definitely a Jeffrey Meyer type racetrack. You know how well he runs at Vegas and how well he runs on a lot of the other bigger tracks like Auto Club and Texas. Of course, he didn't compete last week at Eldora. Joined us in the booth for a brief period of time, but is back tonight with still a very comfortable point lead, and is well on his way to wrapping up the regular season championship. Let's see what he can pull on lap 2. He might not have enough time to come back here, as we got 3, 2, 1.
Looks like he won't be able to complete that second lap, so Getty Buckner will be our pole sitter.
And Steven Sims slipped in there to qualify second, so let's pull in our man Getty. See him down here in SGK. Hey Getty, it's the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yes sir, I do. How's it going?
We're doing great. Terrific lap, about a 10th faster than anybody. And a nice lap for your teammate as well. Starting first and 6th. What do you think you guys have up your sleeve for tonight?
Well, for some reason, qualifying has been my thing all season. Whether that actually shows up on race pace, we'll see. The key here tonight is going to be saving not just right front or right rear. It's going to be saving all 4 tires. So if I can keep pace while also saving tires here, assuming we get any type of green flag run, that's going to be who wins this race. Whether I can do that or not is, that remains to be seen. I don't race these trucks ever, so this is probably the second time I've raced them this whole year. Oh, I don't know. It's just gonna be learning the truck. Hopefully, I can lead a lap and stay within the top 5, stay within like reaching distance, until the end, and see if I can make some moves and try to win this thing.
All right, now the track starting out. Looking at the description, it's at 97, while in practice was about 104. Although the trucks still seem to be pretty loose out there.
Yeah, no, the trucks are very loose, especially after, a lap or two, and there's going to be a lot of people. You're going to see a lot of spinning, a lot of checkups, a lot of stuff, especially in 3 and 4.
Yeah, it's definitely going to provide a lot of action. Got anything real quick, James, before we let him go?
Yeah, Getty, glad to hear that you're doing better. I know you've been sick the last week or two, but glad to see you on the track. I know you did pretty decent last night at Mid-Ohio. I'm sure you're going to be excited not to be at a road course next week. And good luck tonight, and hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this one.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And yeah, pneumonia's been unfortunate. It's been killing me the last month or so, but I'm getting a little bit better thanks to some pharmaceutical assistance. So hopefully I can knock this thing out.
Yeah, well, we're certainly glad to have you back, and certainly hope you stay feeling better, and good luck tonight.
All right, appreciate it, man.
As we run down our starting grid, we have Terrence Ney starting in 9th, Adam Ferry starting 10th. Adam Breeden will be 11th, and Cody Gasky on his outside in 12th. Trent Helt in 13th, David Lindahl in 14th. As the pace car is about to duck off, we're going to let the starting grid run on the screen. Pace car is ducking off now. Getty Buckner will lead him to the green.
Now on Monday, we had to wait until we got right about there, the Geico restart zone, but the green flag pops out relatively quickly, and Getty off to a nice start, although the outside looks like might have a run on him, as Richard Springer didn't get the best of starts. Wade Hustad has wasted no time.
Yep, Wade Hustad going to look to the inside already, heading on to the backstretch.
From 4th to side-by-side for the lead in less than half a lap.
Yeah, Wade Hustad's definitely going to be a driver to beat tonight. Like you said earlier, he lost by only 5/1000ths of a second in the cup race to Anthony Burrows. Look
at that side
redemption.
traffic that Getty got in the middle of 3 and 4 that time, and he's going to hold on and lead that first lap.
Yes, he is, and Steven Sims is now in 3rd. He's going to look to the inside of Wade Hustad if he's able to get a run.
One kind of spread out behind him. Spread out as in kind of single file and not much double file action.
We see last week's winner at Eldora, PJ O'Leary, looking to crack the top 5, getting around Mike Lemon in the 35.
Certainly you'd think that win last week at Eldora, which when we talked to him last week, he was absolutely ecstatic. And you gotta think that even though this is a completely different animal than Eldora, that it's certainly got to help his confidence and momentum moving forward. He's sitting back there in the 5th position. Comes Mike Lemon underneath him, though, trying to challenge for that spot.
You see Dakota Wilkins started in 21st tonight. He's all the way up to 15th and gaining. He's looking to the inside of David Wilburn Jr. down the front straight.
And Dakota Wilkins, another driver, has been a little bit under the weather here recently, and certainly glad to see him not only running well, but feeling well. Here he comes, trying to get a run on Wilburn. Meanwhile, the lead, here comes Hustad, making it stick on the bottom, getting a little help from the 79 of Sims. Sims might dive underneath Hustad.
He's going to look to the inside, make it 3 wide down the front stretch.
Hustad will lead this lap, but what can Steven Sims do? See how deep he drives it in, and see if he can make it stick. I'm sure he used to have that experience, so probably do what Getty did on the initial start and try to get that
wiggle
side
there.
draft, but it was very close. Getty has to go all the way down the apron to avoid contact with the 79, and that'll allow Hustad to maintain the lead.
Robbie Armstrong getting in the mix, currently in 7th. He's looking to get by Lemon and O'Leary for the 5th position.
I was watching Robbie a lot in practice. He seemed to really find what he was looking for at the end of it. Seemed a little bit better on longer runs. Sure taking some notes from his teammate Richard Springer, who is very adamant about how well he does on longer runs, in which he has demonstrated that throughout the season. Mike Lemon all over the back bumper at PJ O'Leary, giving him a shove down the front stretch. Oh, a little close in the back with David Wellborn and I believe it was Daniel Holloway.
Everyone able to keep it straight? I don't see much damage at all on any truck.
Right now, all 26 trucks still within about 12 seconds of each other.
Looks like Eddie Buckner is holding off Steven Sims, staying 2nd. Hustad about 4/10 of a second lead now.
It's going to be very quickly when these tires start to wear out, and we'll see that groove widening out quite a lot, and a lot of guys start moving up to the outside, and those inside passes become very hard to make.
Absolutely. As we see Mike Lemon actually making an inside pass on PJ O'Leary, going to take that 5th spot away. Not quite though, PJ's hanging tough. See if Mike's able to clear him into 1. I don't think he's going to be able to. He's going to have to get up in front of him on the backstretch.
Of course, Mike coming off a terrific second place finish last night at Mid-Ohio in the Grand National Division. Gives a little bump right there from PJ. Oh, very close to the outside wall is Getty. Buckner trying to draw a bead on Hustad. He's, of course, how powerful that draft is here at Michigan. He's still only about 0.3 of a second back and can close in just by staying in Hustad's draft, keeping his foot down all the way.
As we enter turn 3, you're going to be able to see just how much banking these drivers are dealing with at Michigan.
Comes Springer, he got a good run off turn 2, and he's going to, Steven Sims sideways. He's going to lose some momentum, and Mike Lemon's going to go by him too. And maybe O'Leary.
Good save there by Steven Sims. He's going to maintain a top 6 position. He's not going to lose that much ground.
I mean, that just shows how loose these trucks are and how quickly the tire wear kicks in. Oh, I thought he was going to drift up into PJ there. Nice job.
As we're on board with Adam Fareed, looking back.
Oh, got one truck way down on the apron on the back straightaway. That was Trent Helt in the 09 truck.
He's able
really
to keep
good save
going.
there.
No caution. As we see Marvin Wingfield pass the Trent Hell, looks like Marvin is...
Got a spin off turn 4. That's David Wellborn into the inside wall.
As you see him there at the entrance to pit road.
I believe he just was barely able to keep it off of it somehow. Wow, came just an inch away from hitting it. Yeah, looks like it just snapped loose on him, running that second team with Daniel Holloway behind him. Man, look how close that front end comes from bumping that inside wall, but he did a great job keeping it off of it.
Not sure why I'm having technical difficulties. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. As we're on board with Wellborn, we see him going for a spin, and I don't think he even hit the wall. I think he was inches from it, but his nose looks clean.
That was very, very close, and he was extremely fortunate. He had moved all the way up from his 23rd starting spot. He had just passed Holloway for the 11th position until it snapped out from under him. Now he's going to have to start all over again. Should expect to see everybody on pit road. I believe it's possible now that should get this restart relatively quickly since everyone's still in the lead lap. Maybe lap 16 or 17. That should put everyone in position for just one more stop if we stay green.
Wade Husted almost slid through his box. He's able to stop just in time.
Looking at Robbie Armstrong, he has some serious front end damage. That was coming on the pit road. There was a little bit of a jam up.
Race off pit road. Looks like Eddie Buckner won that one. And then Richard Springer, I think, also got by Husted. So Husted losing 2 spots on pit road.
And that number 1 pit stall being very important, but if we go back to the entrance of pit road, there was a big stack up behind, looks like started with Richard Springer and Steven Sims, and that accordioned back to behind them, and Robbie Armstrong hit the back of the Adam Faree number 29 truck. And that's some pretty significant damage for both of those gentlemen, especially here at Michigan with how aero sensitive these trucks are. Yeah, Robbie spent some extra time getting that fixed. Looks like he's got some damage behind him. Looks like he also got hit from behind by the 58, so Robbie and the Adam sandwich there coming to pit road. Let's see, did we get one to go that time? I believe we did.
Yeah, that damage is going to hurt him a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be that bad on engine performance-wise.
And the front end looks like it's been repaired decent enough. Just that loss of track position is definitely going to hurt. Adam Purcell spent some extra time on pit road getting his front end repaired, but Adam Faree stayed out there and is going to test and see how his truck performs with the damage he has. And also, Jared Rogers and Austin Collins employing the strategy, as well as Jeffrey Meyer. Oh, look at the front end of Meyer's truck. He's got some damage there, too.
Pace car's getting ready to duck off. Eddie Buckner will lead him to the line once again.
And he gets a really good start.
Hustad looking to the inside of Springer for second. Springer's staying way high. Mike Lemon's going to look to his inside.
Yeah, that's kind of no man's land for just getting wound up on the restart.
I think Lemon's going to be able to clear him here in 3. Pedro O'Leary now next in line, but I don't think he's going to have enough of a run. As Springer's
They are 3 wide back for about 10th position with Adam Breeden, Marvin Wingfield, and Terrence Ane.
Wingfield might be able to get by both of them. Breeden slides up a little bit. Oh, this is tight.
Oh, this is dicey.
Dakota Wilkins to the inside now.
And Breeden, not sure if he cleared himself there on Sane, but got himself clear, whatever the case.
Battle for the lead. Wade Hustad is going to pass him.
He's got him cleared. And here comes Mike Lemon underneath his teammate from SGK Racing. He's going to move into second. Still say, based on when we were talking to Getty in the pre-race, I still think mission accomplished as far as his concern goes. Given the fact that he said he doesn't have much experience with these trucks.
Looks like everybody's single filed out now.
The first battle is back here about 11th with Dakota Wilkins.
Wilkins to the inside of Adam Breeden.
And he's going to make that pass. That second seam, although we saw David Wellborn spin running that second seam earlier, if you can put your left sides like right on that like crease of where the end of the first lane and the beginning of the second lane, you can really make up some time. Saw that work for quite a bit of drivers the other day in the Cup car.
You see Daniel Holloway looking to the inside of the 29 of Adam Breeden.
Look at Mike Lemon all over the back bumper for the lead on Wade Hustad. He's going to take a look to the inside and try to make the pass. Entering turn 3. Be just about dead even here at the line. Give that one to Hustad by 0.07 of a second. He wishes he was on the other side of that the other day. But Lemon drives it in deep and is going to make it stick. He's going to clear Hustad.
Does Hustad have anything for him down the backstretch?
Gives him a bit of a tap entering turn 3. And Lemon still looks like he's chasing it a little bit, but he's kept his foot in it and he's going to lead this lap. Behind him, Richard Springer going to the apron to get by PJ O'Leary for about 4th. About a 6-truck breakaway up front.
You go back to Marvin Wingfield. He's going to try to pass Dakota Wilkins.
I'll give a call to Dustin Eichert in front of this group running at 9th. See a little minor damage to the splitter area right there, but a nice run from 19th to 9th in this first run of the race.
Oh, he's
in the wall. Darn it, just as I was talking about him.
Yeah, he's going to get passed by at least 2 drivers. Oh, Wilkins got loose. He's able to stick it though. And then David Lenol and Adam Breeden are battling behind those two.
Looking back at Iker, looks like he just got a little too close on entry, tried to get that wide arc entering turn 1, and the wall just kind of grabbed him and kind of got sucked into it.
As Hustad all over the back bumper, Mike Lemon heading into 1. And then an exchange for 4th is going on with PG O'Leary and Richard Springer.
Well, look at the high side momentum. Of course, we call him Richard High Side Springer. And he's going to keep that 4th spot. But meanwhile, ahead of him, Hustad's going to try to take the lead back. And he makes the pass and has got him cleared.
That was a nice power move by Wade Hustad, able to make that inside work and get around him.
So make that now, I believe, 5 lead changes among 3 drivers so far. Lemon is not going to give up. He's trying to fight back to the rear bumper, and Getty Buckner behind him is kind of waiting in the wings, seeing what's going to happen between these two. Oh, Richard Springer rubs the wall.
Got a little jostling back here for 15th. Terrence Snee, David Warborn, and Matt Van Der Kooi all bouncing around each other. Able to keep it straight for the meantime. David Warborn's looking to the inside of the 72. Able to clear him. Now he's going to try to pass Terrence Snee. Back up front, Mike Lemon and now Getty Buckner has joined the picture, so it's now a 3-truck race for the lead. 50 laps to go here at Michigan.
Oh,
Robbie
who's
Armstrong's
that?
in the pits.
Yeah, Adam Faree, way down on the apron off turn 2. Kind of did what Trent Held did earlier, got super loose and made a nice save. Here comes this battle between Springer and O'Leary, just rages on as we do see Robbie Armstrong in the pits. Looks like he had some additional damage. He might have hit the wall with the right side. Let's do a 3-horse race up in front with Hustad, Lemon, and Buckner.
All 3 of these drivers are able to participate tonight in the Truck Series. This is one of our Cross Series races. We have 10 in each series in the regular season. 10 race options that drivers in other series may participate in a different series that they are not competing for points in. And Michigan being one of them, these 3 drivers opted to use one of their allotted races. And here they are in Michigan battling for the lead.
If they knew that their chances have been like starting the playoffs, I don't believe that you can run any races in the playoffs if you're not for points. Is that right, James?
That is correct. Playoff
So they know
races are all points drivers.
Yep, so they know that their chances were running out, so why not choose tonight?
Absolutely, and what a track to do it.
See Adam Breeden making a pass on Dustin Iker for 11th. Jeffrey Myers still hung back in 22nd position. I know that front end damage on that pit road stack up probably playing to some effect.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Going back to 7th, Steven Sims, Daniel Holloway, and Richard Springer battling pretty hard.
Yeah, he was turning a little bit right off the corner that time. Oh, spinner on the back stretch behind him. Cody Gatsky into the inside wall, and Terrence Snee also involved. Actually looked like 2 separate spins.
Yeah, the 30 got loose. The 72 also got loose, but he was able to save it. And the 27, another one.
I think Gatsky kind of turned it hard left to keep from running into the side of Sine, but kind of paid the price anyway. That's too bad for those drivers. Mainly just the right front on Sine's truck. The left front looks fine, but he's going to come down and, although pit road isn't open yet, it's not going to make any difference considering he'll be at the back anyway.
Yeah, both drivers just getting loose off the corner. It did look like Gasky was turning more left to avoid the 30, and he ended up losing control of his truck into the inside wall.
So we're going to have pit stops here, and I still think this is just... I'm trying to think, because the Cup cars, we could run about 42 laps on fuel, perhaps. Although some people pitted earlier for tires. So this will be pretty interesting as far as fuel is concerned. David Wellborn stays out the lead a lap. Not uncommon, as we've seen several times this season. Looks like Mike Lemon a little trouble entering his pit box, but he got it squared away. Oh, what a scramble this is off pit road, and let's see. Looks like Hustad off first, and looks like Buckner beat Lemon off pit road for second. Followed by our Leary, Springer, Holloway, and Sims. See if we can bring Mike Lemon into the booth real quick. Hey, Mike Lemon, it's Taylor and James in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, sure do.
Well, coming off a nice second place finish last night in the Mid-Ohio race, and looking pretty good tonight, given Wade used to have a run for his money so far. How's the truck feeling out there?
Loose. No, I'm concentrating. I got my game face on. I'm concentrating here. No, Wade and Getty are always fast, so it's just a lot of fun.
How close right now are you guys on fuel?
I haven't even thought about that yet, so well, it says I got 65 laps to go, so that's riding around here, so I guess I'll look into that when I'm further in the run.
Alright, fair enough. Yeah, you sound like one focused individual, so we'll let you get back to concentrating on seeing how you can get the victory lane tonight.
No, it's just fun running up front with these guys. It's a blast.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Both you and your teammate are giving those guys a great run tonight, and hope to talk to you later on as a podium finisher, maybe even better.
Well, I hope so, if everything goes well. Right now, I'm just gonna have some fun and see what happens. Thanks.
Yep, that's all about it, is just having fun and gaining experience. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
I like that. Got his game face on for knowing he's up against one of the very best, not only in this league, but in all of online sim racing as well.
As we should be getting the one to go signal here. Wade Hustad, Getty Buckner, Mike Lemon, PJ O'Leary, and Richard Springer round out the top 5.
Terrence Sine has gone 1 lap down, getting damage repaired, as well as Cody Gasky. Still 23 trucks on the lead lap. Doesn't look like some of the trucks that got damaged besides Robbie Armstrong and Adam Purcell, but as far as the guys that got mainly just the damage on the rear end, they still seem to be running okay for the most part. So it'll be 41 laps to go. Coming back to the line, and Terrence A has called it an evening as this rough season continues. On the first two starts, we've seen Buckner in the lead and seen Hustad get by him within about 2 or 3 laps. Now that Hustad's the control truck, let's see how these guys handle it. As the pace car ducks off on the pit road. Boy, Buckner timed that pretty well.
Hustad with a nice jump though. He's going to be the only man crossing the line. Getty Buckner, then 2 wide behind him.
Three wide there, back for about 6th or 7th. Lemon alongside O'Leary. Gonna make that pass. Meanwhile, Richard Springer, dives underneath Marvin Winkfield, and he's gonna collect a bunch of them, a whole bunch of people. Trent Help gets involved late. Steven Sims, he might have gotten away with minor damage, but that was a case of Richard Springer saw a hole develop off turn 4, trying to cut in between Sims and Wingfield, and just misjudged it and got into the right side door of the 19 and triggered a melee.
You see right there, he tried to take it 3 wide. Ended up costing him.
See Corey Sherman involved in the 6 truck with quite some front end damage. Marvin Wingfield, that truck is toast as he came off the track with engine smoke and is already towed back to pit road. I got some takers on pit road. Daniel Holloway, the first one in. Dakota Wilkins follows him with some heavy front end damage. So it seems like as the trends in the truck series has gone this year, even if we have a little bit of a green flag stretch, we always seem to have one major pileup, it seems like, at least once in these truck races this year, and it has struck once again. The luckiest guy in all that might have been Steven Sims, because although he was one of the first ones turned around, he might have escaped really serious damage. He got some on the left rear, but I mean, there was a whole bunch of trucks coming up on him while he was spinning sideways, and nobody got into him. A lot of trucks evasive maneuver through the grass to get by that. But at least half a dozen trucks involved in this third caution of the evening as Sims pulls off pit road. Let's see if we can grab Steven Sims real quick. Hey, Steven, it's the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, having a great run, and then looked like a little misjudgment on the Richard Springer's part. It didn't look like he got hit too hard, but how do you feel like your truck's going to perform the rest of the race?
I should be fine. I mean, everybody's battling loose trucks all night, especially gets worse later in the run, but the only damage I got seems to be on the rear, so it shouldn't be that bad, but you don't really know till we get green.
Yeah, you really don't know for sure, but we were watching that replay, and after you got hit on the left rear, you were lucky not to get hit by multiple trucks, as you had a lot of trucks coming at you while you were spinning. But it seemed like typical Dynasty Racing League Truck Series madness. Am I right?
Oh yeah, it's nothing new. I mean, it's a lot better than last week, but you know, that's gonna happen every now and then.
Yeah, last week was definitely a totally different animal compared to what we got tonight. Got anything real quick for him, James? JP?
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. No, I'm. I don't even know where to leave off, but it's an unfortunate situation. I know we're 35 laps into this one, but I know you'll get him next week at Bristol.
Yeah, I hope so. It should be a good track for me, so maybe I'll get better luck next week. You never know.
Yep, still got only halfway through this race. Still got plenty of time to get back up here. We'll let you get back to it. Good luck.
All right, thank you guys.
Of course, Stephen, a winner earlier this year at Iowa Speedway. Marvin Wingfield has retired his truck for the evening. Still got, looks like 19 trucks on the lead lap. Richard Springer 1 lap down, still sitting on pit road, getting damage repair. So it looks like everybody, I believe 9th on back, came down pit road, and everybody 8th, 1st through 8th, stayed on the racetrack. Of course, it's only been about 2 laps. You never know what advantage those guys 9th on back might have. Used to have with a terrific start.
Great start indeed. Maybe 4 car lengths by the time we cross the start finish line.
And look who missed that wreck and is running now just outside the top 10, our championship leader, Jeffrey Meyer in the 50. Although he's got Jarrett Rogers breathing down his neck right now, as well as his teammate Steven Sims. I mean, the damage on Steven Sims' truck doesn't look too bad, and it looks kind of similar to what Adam Faria's got. And we've seen Adam Faria up here, for the most part, run pretty well despite that damage. Right now in 5th spot. His trucks look pretty much the same. So it's definitely not over for Steven Sims.
Wade Hustad's snaking down the backstretch as the SG guys are following. SGK guys are following.
He's just so much better through everyone else, through the center off. Right when the truck wants to start to snap, and see him break that draft one more time. Side by side with Holloway, and how about David Wellborn? Spun out off turn 4 early and missed that crash by the skin of his teeth last time on the front stretch, and here he is battling for a top 10 spot.
David Wilburn has definitely shown a lot of speed lately. He almost had top 5 at Michigan. He ended up hitting the wall off of turn 3, costing him that. But he's definitely
Eldora.
improved. No, I'm talking Pocono a couple weeks ago.
Pocono, that's right.
But he's definitely one to watch as we head into the playoffs.
Although at the same time, he is one that's on the outside looking in, so
As you
he
take
knows
a
he's got to
look
get
at
up there.
point standings, we can see David Wilburn all the way to 20th. He probably won't make it in on points. If he gets a win, that'll definitely secure him into the playoffs. So he's definitely going to need a win within the next couple races if he plans on making it as a playoff championship contender.
All right, it's still amazing. 14 drivers have won a truck race this year, although 9 of them are drivers contending for the championship. So still only a couple spots remaining. Of course, if somebody like Hustad or Buckner or Lemon win, then the championship picture doesn't change at all.
Correct. As you see Jarrett Rogers and Adam Breeden battling for 9th.
How about David Lindahl here, also in running 6th. Skipped about a month. Took some time off from this series, but is back and given that 88 round truck a good ride tonight.
As the battle for seconds heating up, we got FGK teammates Getty Buckner and Michael Emmett, and then right behind them is PJ O'Leary.
Still about 6/10 behind Hustad. They've kind of matched each other on lap time last time around, as we now down within 30 laps to go.
As you see Steven Sims getting past Dustin Eichert, that is for the 11th position.
See this track temp cooling off a little bit at the beginning of the race. Started around 97, 98, right now down to 92. Another advantage that these drivers have is, not sure if this is by design, but the sim date is actually May 15th on here. So it is not quite as hot as you might expect for at least this point in the season.
Great
And that's
battle
definitely
going on
helping these
here
guys.
with David Wilburn and Daniel
Oh, he
Holloway.
turns Holloway around. Oh, Rogers gets collected. Holloway keeps it up against the wall, and we're under caution for the 4th time.
Well, as I was just mentioning them, looks like Wilburn just got in the left rear of him and ended up turning him.
And well, Holloway, it's a close call, because Wilburn didn't really look like he moved that much, but looked like Holloway just started on entrance to the corner a little.
A little
Not
too
sure if
early, I think.
Yep. Not sure if there was some. Looks like some slight net code involved as well, but
The 9 has a bit of front damage.
hey, he got hit. He got hit pretty hard on the left side and then the right side into the wall. Nothing he could do about that. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, we'll see if that plays a factor. As pits are open, Wade Hustad going to bring him down. When we go back racing, we're going to have less than 25 laps to go, so this is going to be an exciting finish.
Yeah, it definitely will, as And Jarrett Rogers, that's going to be some pretty lengthy repairs, I would think. See,
Did
everybody,
O'Leary had to back up in the stall. That's going to cost him a few seconds.
I was just about to say how well everybody has been executing on pit road for the most part. And Hustad, first in, first out once again. Richard Springer should be the free pass. We'll get back to, I believe, 1 lap down. Let's see who we can talk to real quick. Adam Faree, you got a copy? It's the broadcast booth.
Yeah, copy.
Well, you've been having a pretty good run up into the top 5 despite that little pit road stack up. Had that rear damage to your truck for a long period of time, but it doesn't seem to be affecting you that much.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna blame it on the rear damage because I can't keep up with those top 4. But yeah, I don't know. It's a tough track. It's not really in my wheelhouse. So
Well, still certainly looking good as far as the playoff situation. Of course, we go to Bristol and then Canadian Tire, and then I believe Indianapolis. So how do you feel about those tracks?
I feel good about Bristol and Canadian Tire. I think I have a shot to win both of those. Indianapolis is a crapshoot. It's so hard to pass there.
Yeah, I can definitely attest for that, regardless of what vehicle you're driving at that place. But
Yeah.
given the fact that you got 2 wins thus far this season, will certainly help your seeding in the playoffs go. James, you got anything for Adam real quick?
No, I'm doing a great job, Adam. You got those 2 wins, as Taylor just mentioned. It's going to help you greatly in the playoffs with those few bonus points heading into the first round. We got a few races left on the schedule before the playoffs begin. What race are you looking forward to the most?
Definitely Bristol. I ran second there earlier this year to Thomas Harmon, and I don't know if it's an open race, but open or not, I think I got a good shot to win. So
It will not be an open race. Tonight was the final Cross Series race, so here on out it's going to be Truck Series drivers only.
So that's some good news.
yeah, we'll see. It's tough track to pass that again. Got to qualify well.
Yep, that's definitely couldn't be any more true. We'll let you get back at it as got about less than 25 laps to go, so we'll let you focus and good luck the rest of the way.
All right, guys, have a good one.
You too. Should be getting the 1 to go signal this time around. Bobby Armstrong taking a wave around. Certainly a disappointing night for him. 5 laps down.
Going to be 24 laps to go on the restart. Wade Hustad's doing a fantastic job tonight, as is Getty Buckner and Mike Lemon. I think for Truck Series drivers, I think either PJ O'Leary or Adam Faree are going to have the best shot to make something happen.
Yeah, they've definitely shown the most muscle outside of the top 3. But how about Wellborn? He's still up here in 7th, despite that contact with Holloway. Didn't look like he got much additional damage to his truck.
We'll have to see how much it might have affected him, if at all, on this restart.
And how about the guy right next to him, the 79 of Steven Sims? Kind of in the same boat, but still has got a shot. As Hustad will lead the field off turn 4. Going to be 24 to go once the pace car ducks off on the pit road. Holding him down, and there he goes.
Another great restart there by Wade Hustad as Adam Free's going to look to the outside and try to take the place away. Almost made contact there with the 35.
Well, these guys don't have any more fuel concerns, as they are 3 wide almost in the back of the field. And up front, Buckner stalking the back bumper Hustad, trying to get to his left rear and get on alongside his quarter panel, and he's getting there. He's got the inside, trying to draw even going into turn 1. Not quite clear off turn 2, but see some smoke back there. Looked like someone blinking, but here goes Buckner again.
Gonna give it a go. See if Wade Hustad has that run on the high side as he gets so close to the wall, but it looks like Eddie Buckner is gonna have the advantage at the line using that apron.
Hustad comes down the side draft. Now that's the appropriate way to side draft. To get alongside him, not too close, but just enough where it still gives a little bit of air to your truck and you can make that run back alongside him. And while these two are fighting side by side, Mike Lemon is right there. I'm sure he would like to help his teammate on the bottom. But knowing Mike Lemon, he's going to try to win this race if he can for himself. As he should. Man, what a great battle this is for the lead between Hustad and Buckner. We got one truck very close to the wall. Might have been Adam Breeden back there, but Hustad
Going to be 20 to go at the line.
Yep, you cleared Buckner. PJ O'Leary trying to join. He just pulled up to the back within about 3 or 4 truck lengths of Lemon. Trying to see if he can join this battle up at the front.
As you see Wade Hustad snaking down the back
Oh, we
stretch.
got one. Saw some smoke on the bottom. Looks like a blown engine on the 9 of Jarrett Rogers. He's very slow on the apron through turns 3 and 4. Pretty sure he'll make it around.
It's a tough break for him. I know he was caught up in that wreck. Had nowhere to go. It's going to make his playoff chances even tougher heading into next week.
And we know how close he came at Kentucky Speedway with coming to the white flag and getting turned out of the lead by Adam Faree. He's had so many fast trucks this year and a lot of strong runs, but just hasn't gotten the finishes to show for it. His teammate, Austin Collins, I don't think we've talked about him at all tonight. He started at the very back, trying to stay out of trouble for the first part of this race, and here he is battling David Wellborn for 7th. Oh, that got a little close.
Getting so close to the back bumper of the 96, heading down the back stretch. Both Wellborn and Austin Collins going to try to get around Steven Simpson in turn 24.
Of course, Austin a winner this year. Oh, Steven Sims. Big wiggle right there. He's going to lose a ton of momentum. Of course, Austin Collins a winner this year at Charlotte. And most of the field pretty strung out. Although Collins still working on Wellborn. That's the best battle on the track we've got at the moment. Hustad's lead still at about 4/10 of a second. Actually, make that now just... Yeah, Buckner gained about 1/10.5 that time. He made a nice run off turn 4.
Looking at last lap times, Getty Buckner was 1/10.5 faster than Wade Hustad.
Oh, you can see even Wade fighting that truck a little bit on exit. Saw him get a little tail happy, and Buckner is right there. He's not going away. He's just like a bee at a summer picnic, you know, just won't go away. Me at the same time. Got a spin down the back straightaway. Adam Breeden. Caution is out. He keeps it off the inside wall. No damage. And the 8th place truck goes around off turn 2. And another truck showing some heavy smoke I thought I saw. Might have just been more blinking smoke.
Let's see if we can see what happened exactly heading in 1 and 2.
It looked like, I mean, just the same thing as Trent Hell and can't remember who else it was earlier. Just on the exit of turn 2. Another nice job of keeping that truck from getting torn up. And this is going to set up a restart with about 10 laps to go.
Yeah, I don't see any damage on that 01, so he got pretty lucky. Michigan does have that very open inside before the inside wall, so plenty of time to break it down, slow it down without harming the truck at all.
And that was a little interesting that the caution actually came out as far down on the apron that he was, but pit road's busy again. This might be the money stop.
I don't think these guys are going to be pitting again after this. It's going to be almost 10 to go when we go racing.
Wonder if someone might try 2 tires perhaps. I mean, it might be risky, but try to give yourself some chance. Oh, Steven Sims, a big miscue entering his pit box. Oh, it's going to be really close off pit road. Believe, give it to Buckner. Yes, sir. Again, that first pit stall for winning the pole pays off dividends for Getty Buckner. So he is going to be the restart leader, as no one opted to do any bold strategy call. Let's see who we can talk to real quick before we have this exciting shootout to the finish. Hey, Dustin Eichert, you got a copy, sir? This is James and Taylor in the booth.
I do. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. You've have a very solid race so far. Had one close call with the wall early, but has moved up from 19th up into 6th position with or actually 9th as scoring updates, but still a very solid run for you tonight. What more do you need to be able to get up there and fight for maybe a top 5?
just got to hit my marks, and hopefully I can get there. We've got a few laps left. I think I might be able to do it.
He's shown some pretty solid speed, and see a couple of trucks in front of you still have some slight damage, so it's definitely possible. But definitely giving that number 7 a good ride up to the front tonight. JP, got anything for Dustin before we let him concentrate for this last shootout?
No, we're gonna do just that. Let him concentrate. It's gonna be a 10-lap shootout. Currently sitting 9th. Hopefully you'll be able to get that top 10, and if something happens in front, maybe even a top 5.
Yep, good luck out there.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Still, I mean, the damage on the right front, I mean, it's noticeable, but it doesn't seem to be slowing him down much. But, yeah, very solid run for Dustin tonight. As I believe the field is getting the 1 to go signal, so it'll be exactly 10 laps. So these bigger tracks, this is another track that seemed to fit Dustin Eichert. His 2 top 10s this year came on kind of cookie cutter 1.5 mile tracks, Kansas and Chicago, and including a top 5 at Kansas. So these tracks definitely seem to suit Dustin's style pretty well. And also give a call to Roy Grande, up in the 6th position right now. Looking back at his pit stop, he actually took right sides only, so bit of a strategy call there, but another truck that doesn't look like it has a mark on it. See if he can get up here and show what he can do. As it'll be 10 laps to go. Can Getty Buckner hold off Wade Hustad and the rest of this field? A solid restart. Although he dives down on the apron. Not sure how that'll be viewed by race control. I know we've had a couple of controversies this week.
Yeah, I think he did that to break the draft from the guy behind him.
Oh, there's no question that's why he did it, but I don't know if race control deemed that to be changing lanes or not.
You said all over the back bump of the 35. He wants to get to Getty. I think the 35 might be blocking a little, as the 35 had a little bit of a blink issue right there.
Yeah, he disappeared for about 2 or 3 seconds. Well, as Buckner needs that lap, nothing yet from race control, so apparently everything's all right there.
Cody Gasky has entered the pit lane. As Wade Hustad's able to get around him, he's in 2nd. He's going to go for the lead.
Well, even though they're side by side, they're catching Buckner despite running side by side. And PJ O'Leary still just sitting and waiting behind him. Buckner comes down to protect the inside. Blocking Hustad, look at this.
I don't think he's going to have enough, as Hustad's to his inside now.
Oh, it's going to be very tight off turn 2. He cleared him, but Buckner's going to cross him over. See if Lemon pulls down to help his teammate. Not yet. Can Buckner hang with him?
If there's even the slightest mistake, that's going to open the door for PJ O'Leary and Adam Ferrier.
Boy, dead even coming across the stripe. 5 thousandths of a second apart. Of course, Husted, you've seen that margin this week already. Wants to be on the good end of it this time. So we're coming around, we'll get 6 to go this time.
Still side by side for about 2 laps now. These two are not giving up.
Man, these guys are doing a terrific job. I mean, I can't tell you how difficult that is, what Getty's doing right here, as they're dead even once again. That time 6 thousandths of a second apart.
Pedro O'Leary
Meanwhile,
looking on Mike Lemon.
That's what I was referring. Maybe those two can work together and join these guys. Looks like Husted starting to inch. Well, as soon as I say that, Buckner continues to fight back.
Yeah, I thought Husted was going to have a nice run there. Don't really know what happened, but I think Buckner had it at the line.
Yeah, by 2 thousandths of a second. I mean, literally 3 or 4 laps, they've been dead even across the stripe. Oh, Buckner looks like he drifts up a little bit. He's got a handful of steering wheel off that corner. And Husted's going to have him cleared.
4.5 laps to go. This is the first time a guy has been out front, uncontested, in about 3 laps as Husted's able to clear Getty now, but Getty is going to go right back and try to get to his inside.
And no matter what comes out of this, what a fantastic battle up here.
As PJ's doing all he can to try to get around that 35 of Mike Lemon. Husted trying to break the draft.
It's been a lot better as the run goes on from center off. Although
3
Buckner's
laps to
still
go.
within striking distance as we get 3 laps to go. Basically a 4-truck battle up front. Adam Ferree and Austin Collins behind him, racing for 5th and 6th.
If a caution should come out, we will have 1 attempt at a green white check finish.
That's something we saw on Monday as well. Although it would have to happen on this lap as we get 2 laps to go.
Looking at our last lap times, Wade Husted was a 10th faster than Getty Buckner.
And just those couple laps to Getty on the inside, although he did a great job fighting to stay alongside Husted, probably just took some of the life out of his tires just enough. And now Mike Lemon's going to try to get by him for 2nd.
This will probably seal the deal, these two getting side by side behind Husted. Unless Husted has a major
caution
mistake.
is out as we got trouble off the back straightaway. It's Adam Breeden in the 0-1.
As you see him smack that outside wall.
Oh, in front of him, Jeffrey Meyer. He was trying to dodge Meyer as Meyer was battling with David Lindahl. Wow, so close to getting the white flag was Wade Husted, but he's going to have to survive a green-white checker for the 2nd time this week.
Heavy impact by the 0-1 to the inside wall. That's very unfortunate for both of these drivers. Now the question is, do you pit and get 4 fresh tires on the green white checkered attempt?
I'll guarantee you that some people will not. I mean, Hustad, he's a sitting duck pretty much. He comes in, O'Leary stays out. Steven Sims, Daniel Holloway also stay out.
I mean, they lost quite a bit of time from fresh tires to where they were in the run, so there's definitely going to be some difference between old and new tires. We're going to have to see.
Well, given the fact of where some of these guys were running, I mean, not much of a choice.
We have O'Leary, Ferrari, Wellborn, Sims, and Holloway are the top 5.
And Dustin Eichert beats everybody out of pit road. He might have. Go look at this real quick. I believe he took just 2. And that is the case, just right sides only for the 7. So the first one on 4 will be Hustad, followed by Lemon, Buckner, and Collins. But the field will be in the hands of PJ O'Leary. Could he make it 2 in a row? And I have a feeling that some of these guys, since the fact that it's been highly publicized in this league that it is only 1 attempt, perhaps these guys might be counting on some carnage behind them. It's already been a pretty entertaining race up to this point, but I don't think we've seen anything yet as far as the excitement is concerned.
The field should get the 1 to go signal when they cross the line next time by. Get ready to buckle up because this restart's going to be wild.
Yep, the top, what is this? Top 5 stay on the racetrack. And Dustin Eichert on 2 tires in 6th. So Wade Hustad, he's going to be 7th on this restart. Oh, I mean, it's certainly not out of the question. We saw Anthony Burroughs go from 14th to the win on a green-white checkered finish in the Cup race. So certainly not out of the question, but he knows he's got a job at hand to do right here.
The biggest thing is to make sure you don't jump the restart or change lanes. That's going to be a huge factor. If you're one of those drivers on those fresh tires, you're going to obviously want to try to do that, but RC is going to be watching you.
Yeah, definitely some, say, controversy from the other night, honestly, from yours truly.
As the field's getting ready to double stack, we're going to have an exciting finish.
As Adam Ferrari's going to be 2nd, followed by Wellborn, Sims, and Holloway.
Well, Taylor, who do you think's going to come out of here winning?
I can't tell you right now. I mean, it's anybody's guess to be, in my opinion. Because, I mean, these guys are sitting up here with 10 laps on their tires. Still think Hustad's got a good shot, but you never know. I mean, this truck series, it does not lack for action. We can guarantee you that. It's been a terrific season thus far. And we know David Wellborn up in 3rd place in a little bit of desperation mode. Like we talked about, 20th in the standings. more than likely not going to be able to point his way in, so might have to pick up a win to make the playoffs, and he's got a shot at it right here as he's going to restart third behind PJ O'Leary.
Pace car is off. PJ O'Leary going to bring him to the line. As it looks like they're already stacking up a little bit.
Yep, got some games going on in the restart.
Restart did look clean though. I didn't see any passing or jumping. We got 3 wide over in the wreck.
It's turned, and the caution is out, and PJ O'Leary is going to make it 2 in a row, and that's what I was talking about.
Let's see if we can go on board with the 96. As you see, Mike Lemon in the middle between the 7 and the 96 as they enter turn 1. It honestly looks like a little bit of net code there. Sucked the 96 into the left front.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
See this one more time.
A very aggressive move on Mike Lemon, but certainly not unexpected. But
I'm sure Warborn's not happy.
Get it one more time. Lemon definitely forces the issue, but it's time to go. No one, be honest, no one really at fault there. Just trying to get all you can get, coming to the white flag on a green-white checker. But for the second week in a row, PJ O'Leary is going to come away with the win. It looks like some folks are not too happy with each other. I was on the radio.
What a win for PJ O'Leary.
Not sure what's going on. Pace car is way out front. I think everything should be squared away. And man, what a great call by PJ O'Leary. Told you. It's definitely a crapshoot.
Looks like the field's finally caught the pace car, so they're gonna, I believe, do this 1 lap across the line, and that should do it for the race to be officially over. Or maybe not. Maybe
yeah,
it is complete.
I think they got the checker that time. So it is official. PJ O'Leary, out of nowhere, has made it 2 wins in a row. Adam Faria will come home in second. How about Steven Sims in third? Austin Collins fourth. Daniel Holloway fifth. Cody Barber with a 6th place finish. A terrific run for Cody, who basically been a non-factor all night. Hustad will get credit for 7th. Buckner 8th. David Lindahl 9th. And Matt Vanderkooy comes away with the top 10. And PJ O'Leary doing the donuts, as well as a few other folks. That's the cool thing about Michigan is you can just drive on over right here, and victory lane is right there. You get a nice pick. Although he's gonna do a little more, it looks like, before he heads on over there.
Let's see if we can pull in PJ O'Leary.
If he can hear us.
Hey, PJ O'Leary, this is the broadcast booth. You have a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, man, 2 in a row. How about that?
I can't believe it, man. This is unreal. That's crazy.
Well, how about the call when to stay on the racetrack with the front 3 in front of you pitting?
Yeah, I felt like that was the only chance I had to try to beat them. They were the class of the field all night long. Hat off to Mike Lemon, Getty Buckner, Wade Hustad. Those 3 guys, they're 3 of the fastest guys that DRL has, and I realized that the only way I could try to beat them in this race is beat them on strategy, and that's what we did. So
yep,
it was
certainly
pretty good.
Certainly, I'd say snookered them. hate to use that word, but I think that's kind of what you did tonight. If that incident didn't happen, though, how confident were you to hold off those guys coming to the white and then the checkered flag?
Well, I was talking with Hunter Johnson tonight in the final laps, getting down to the green white checker and everything, and he was telling me that the only thing I had to go, like I literally had to go on the restart, and I knew I had to go too because I knew how fast they were. I knew they were fast all night long. They were on fresh tires, and luckily for me, you know, Adam Faree, Steven Sims, and a few other guys stayed on the track with me, and I knew that like, okay, well, at least, you know, I knew they weren't going to be actual like behind me. So I knew with Faree and all those guys behind me, then I knew that there was going to be a little. I can't talk tonight. I'm so excited.
Can't blame you.
Yeah. They were going to hold up Houston and the rest of those guys, at least for a little bit. And then I could try to get away, break the draft, do whatever I had to do to try to hold them off best I can. And I knew they were going to be there behind me coming to the white, and hopefully if they were on the back of my truck coming to the checker or white or whatever the next flag was. I'm doing all this stuff at the same time. It's so hard to talk. I'm just gonna stop and turn 4 and finish my interview.
There you go.
I knew if they were gonna be right behind me near the end, then I knew I was gonna be in trouble. But you know, the confidence was there. It was like a 50-50 confidence because there was a lot of possibilities that could have happened. I could have pulled away, break the draft, do whatever I had to do to try to stay in front of them, or you know, rely on Adam Faree and the rest of the guys behind him to try to slow them up as much as they could so I could get away as fast as I could and hopefully hold them off. Or I was gonna get basically eaten alive on the restart. So you know,
I mean, it was definitely a flip of the coin, regardless of how it turned out. But I agree. That was, I think, definitely the key, that you had some buffer trucks in between you and Hustad and Lemon and Buckner that kind of, in one way, helped you be ahead of them on the restart and then kind of finish the job for you. But we know you're definitely excited, and
I can't believe we pulled that off like that. And luckily enough, we were able to pull it off under caution too. I didn't finish that in the last question, but yeah, it was crazy that we pulled it off like that way. That's unreal.
Well, before we let you go celebrate again, and we get you a nice pick right here, sitting in victory lane, got any shout-outs you want to give?
Well, of course, my team, my family, my friends, Jesus, as always. He gave me this gift to drive a race car, so I have to use it while I can. Let's see, N29 coming on board tonight. You were one of the doubters, Taylor. You would tell me, yo, don't drive Toyota, don't drive Toyota.
Well,
and my only shot. This was gonna be the only race I was gonna drive the Toyota. I was gonna go back to Chevy for Bristol after this race, but my one race driving a Toyota, or them cheating Yoders as they say, we were able to put in victory lane. So and give old Natalie Decker a victory. So shout out to her and N29. With them being responsible for her and all that.
Yeah, you definitely got me there. I forgot about what I said last week.
I remember you and Caden.
Darn.
I think somebody else said it too. It might have been Jeffrey. I don't remember. And I know you and Caden would tell me don't do it, but maybe there were other people too that wouldn't tell me to do it. But I did it anyway.
I mean, it's fun. It's definitely fun to prove people wrong in this case. But once again, congratulations! A terrific.
It's crazy, man.
Win. And Bristol, you're going for the three-peat. How do you feel at Bristol?
I'm pretty good at Bristol. I'm not sure if we're going to get 3 in a row there. We're going to try. But it's my home track. I'm from Tennessee, so Bristol's my home state track, so maybe we can try to go get a win there. That'd be really cool if I can win Bristol. And try to go for a turkey, as they say in bowling, or a three-peat, hat trick, whatever you want to call it. Be really cool if we get it done, but we'll see. Anything can happen at Bristol. It's one of those tracks where anything can happen. So again,
no doubt.
I'm not too bad there. So we'll see. We'll see how we do next week.
Hey, we're looking forward to it, and this goes without saying, but go celebrate.
Will do, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun tonight.
All right, congrats, man.
Yes, thank you.
All right, now that Adam Faria has patiently been waiting, let's pull him back in here. Hey, Adam, it's Booth again. You got us?
Copy.
Well, race kind of turned upside down with that caution coming out just before the white flag, and you decide to stay on the racetrack. And the caution comes out right afterwards, and you get a second place. If that caution didn't come out, how do you think things would have turned out?
I mean, if the caution didn't come out, I was a fifth place truck. As soon as I saw that caution, immediate decision. I'm staying out. Live or die with old tires.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were talking about. The only way to beat those guys in front of you, Hustad and Lemon and Buckner, was to do something different. And I guess the opportunity presented itself with the late caution, and you took advantage of it. So, congrats on the runner-up finish. Of course,
it was funny. I actually figured out how to drive the track on that last long green flag run we had. I was driving it wrong all race, and I just tried something out of desperation, and it improved my lap time significantly. I think my fastest lap was lap 70. So
it was good that you were able to learn a lot tonight, and certainly get yourself a runner-up position. James, you got anything for Adam real quick?
No, Adam, congrats on your second place finish. You're definitely securing your spot in the playoffs. And with those 2 win bonus points, it's going to definitely help you in the first round and onward in the playoffs.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, thanks, guys, for the broadcast. Thanks for running the league, and talk to you next week, maybe.
Yep, we'll see. I know how you displayed your optimism earlier about Bristol, so we're looking forward to see you there.
Yeah, hoping to run up front, so.
All right, have a good night, man.
You too.
Adam, let's move along to our third place finisher, another guy we talked to earlier. Hey, Steven Sims, you got a copy one more time?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, I don't know what to say. Did you think that when we talked to you earlier that you'd be coming home in third place tonight?
Nope, not even close.
Well, certainly a great recovery. How about we know that call that you made certainly have to move up a few positions. Was it a no-brainer call to stay on the racetrack, or did you have to think about it for a little bit?
I was going to do that from the beginning. There's how my truck was. It was 10th or around 8th or 12th place truck. I couldn't do anything with it, but that presented opportunity to be up front, and I kind of knew once I saw 96 stay out that there was going to be a quick caution, so I stayed out anyway, and it worked out pretty good.
Well, certainly a lot of chaos behind you. Do you think if they would have made it through turn 1 and 2, how do you think that would have turned out if they didn't actually have the wreck behind you?
I probably could have held my own, but I couldn't. With the way my truck was, I couldn't get up to first and second.
Well, certainly a great recovery after that early wreck off turn 4 with Richard Springer. And got any shout outs you want to give before we let you celebrate your third place finish?
Yeah, you guys up in the booth, and then JP and race control, and my teammates Daniel and Jeffrey, they help a lot, and just everybody that makes this thing run.
Oh, so certainly well said. And we know you're kind of not 100% full time. You're going to be at Bristol next week, and if you are, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I feel really good about Bristol, but I feel a lot better about the week after that. I think it's Canadian Tire, but whenever we go there, I'll think that's going to be my next best shot to get a win.
Well, we certainly look forward to seeing you the next few weeks. Try to give these guys a run for their money, and congratulations again on P3 tonight.
Yeah, 10-4. Thank you, guys.
All right, I believe that's going to wrap things up for tonight. Let's run down the final finishing order. Our winner for the second week in a row, PJ O'Leary, the number 52, only led for that last couple of laps after staying on the track, but it certainly turned out to be the winning move. Adam Faree in second with that same strategy, getting credit for leading a lap. Steven Sims in third, Austin Collins fourth, Daniel Holloway rounding out the top five. A terrific finish for Cody Barber, coming home in sixth place tonight. The highest running dysfunctional Patriots racing driver, I must say. Wade Hustad, after dominating most of this race, leading 56 laps, relegated to a seventh place finish after coming so close to taking the white flag under green before the last caution. Getty Buckner, our pole sitter, leading 14 laps and bringing it home in eighth. David Lindahl in ninth, and Matt Vanderkooi, another terrific run for a guy that's had a rough season for the most part, getting a top 10 finish.
Yeah, that's definitely heartbreak for Wade Hustad. So close to that white flag, and pitting, I think, is what cost him the race. I mean, if we did go green on the green-white checkered, he might have had a solid shot at getting back to the front, but the quick caution was always a risk, and it
Yep.
bit him there. But
I mean,
11th.
that's what Spencer Tart, well, you know, as we've had him in the booth a couple of times, as he's been fond of saying, and he's absolutely correct, that the leader is a sit and duck in that situation. That the rest of the field is just going to do the opposite. But coming home in 11th tonight, Roy Grande in the 77. Richard Springer coming from 2 laps down after an early wreck off turn 4 and coming in 12th. Mike Lemon looked like a contender to win and was running second at the time of that last caution at the end of regulation, coming up in 13th, leading 3 laps. David Wellborn had a shot on that last green-white checkered, but was involved in the wreck that ended things, comes in 14th, the last truck on the lead lap. Dustin Neikert, very disappointing after seeing him run in the top 10, getting swept up in that wreck with Wellborn and Lemon. 15th, 16th, Robbie Armstrong. Jeffrey Meyer, the points leader, in 17th. Definitely not the race we look forward to seeing from him. Adam Breeden, 6 laps down in 18th. Corey Sherman, 19th. Cody Gatsky in 20th. And the rest of the field, Jared Rogers, 21st. Dakota Wilkins, 22nd. Trent Helton, 23rd. Adam Purcell, 24th. Marvin Wingfield, 25th. And rounding out the field, 26th, Terrence Sine in the number 30. Quite a race tonight, James. Well, don't you think so?
It was indeed. Can't believe PJ O'Leary made it 2 in a row. I know he was on the verge of breaking out, but August is a hot month, and he's been hot indeed. Hopefully he'll be able to carry this momentum into the playoffs and possibly win himself a championship in November. Taking a quick look at our next broadcast on DRL TV, we will be at Bristol for 250 laps for the DRL iRacing Cup Series. Be sure to tune in Monday, August 19th at 9:30 p.m. for that event. The next race for the Truck Series will be also at Bristol for the Bristol Motor Speedway 150 on Wednesday, August 21st at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If there was any heated drivers after this one, I can't wait for Bristol.
Yeah, they're certainly going to take out some frustrations next week, I would think. We're going to see a lot of tight, short track, fender-to-fender racing, and that usually results in some hurt fenders as well as some hurt feelings. So definitely tune in next week. It'll be exciting. All 3 series run at Bristol next week.
They do indeed, so it's going to be very exciting on DRL TV, and I'm not going to miss any of it. Jeffrey Meyer was your points leader coming into this one with 4 wins on the season. Richard Springer, Jeremy Hebel, and Adam Ferry all had 2 wins on the season, and now we can add Pedro O'Leary as another driver with 2 wins. Daniel Holloway, Dakota Wilkins, Austin Collins, and Casey Drake all have 1 win on the season. The playoffs are coming quick, and these drivers are gonna, those especially on the bubble, are gonna have to get every position they can, and possibly even a win if you're outside the top 12 if they expect to make it this year.
Yep, I mean, they know that time's running out, especially with, well, I mean, tonight didn't affect the guys outside the top 12, but they know their time's coming, that they need to buckle down and get it done. And it's going to be an exciting rest of the regular season to see who makes it and who gets left out.
Want to take a quick second to thank everybody that makes Dynasty Racing League possible. Thank you to the owner, James Pandoff. Thank you to Financial, James Pandoff. Thank you to the graphics. Martin Wenzel and Jordan Gonzalez, do a great job. Everything you see on the broadcast, Facebook page, website, all these graphics are thanks to them. Thank you to all the technical support, Jordan Gonzalez and Martin Wenzel. Thank you to marketing, James Pandoff. Thank you to the broadcasters. Thank you to David Wellborn Jr., Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Martin Wenzel, Getty Buckner, James Pandoff. Thank you, Ryan Branch, who did Cup Series earlier this year. And thank you to everybody who's been joining us as co-broadcasters. Lately, it's been Spencer Tart, Kaden Honeycutt, David Wright, Bill Edwards joined us recently. Thank you to all of them. Race Control, thank you to Martin Wenzel, Getty Buckner, James Pandoff, Robbie Armstrong, Dakota Wilkins, Ryan Hesgard, Jeremy Hebel, Richard Springer, Eric Weatherholtz, and David Wright for doing Race Control. And thank you to all the admins of Dynasty Racing League, James Pandoff, Getty Buckner, Martin Wenzel, Ryan Branch, and David Wellborn Jr. Well, Taylor, exciting finish. It's unfortunate end under yellow, but that's the way it is sometimes. And can't wait for Bristol.
Yeah, me neither. Certainly didn't take away from the rest of the race, though. A lot of terrific side-by-side racing up front. And although maybe the guys that ran up front most of the time didn't really get the finishes they might have truly deserved, still quite a race. And of course, Yogi Bear is right. It's never over until it's absolutely over. And Pete, we were basically counting down the Wade Hustad getting another win, but that caution changed everything, and PJ O'Leary took advantage of it and made it 2 in a row.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that's going to do it tonight on DRL TV. Thank you, everybody, for watching the DRL iRacing Truck Series Michigan 150. We'll see you next week at Bristol. Have a great night.